Hello Walmart shoppers and welcome to the Walmart TV network. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about the great savings we have in store for you today at your friendly neighborhood Walmart. In our toys department, we rolled back prices on many of our most popular electronic handheld games, many of which were mass-produced for pennies by the prepubescent Chinese and abhorrent working conditions in a faraway land you'll never have to think about. It's funny what the world's largest retailer can make a small Chinese manufacturer agree to. You'd laugh if you knew. In fact, most of the products you'll buy today were actually assembled by brown and yellow-skinned people in disgustingly poor parts of the world where the governments can't afford to be too strict about labor laws and such. You see, at Walmart, we talk a lot about patriotism and our love for America. At the same time, we're taking your neighbor's job and giving it to an Indonesian boy named Apu, who'd rather work for 35 cents an hour than starve to death. Good choice, Apu. Ironic, isn't it? Kind of like when we implore everyone to buy American, we mean that you, the consumer, should buy from an American company. Like Walmart. We like to buy from Malaysia, where stuff's cheap. Not America, where everything's all expensive. But we're Walmart. You're not. A lot of people are probably aware of all this irony, but it doesn't matter. They still buy from us. They're just like you. They just want to spend less money on their goods and services. That's all that really matters. It's what makes them Americans. As you move throughout the store today, please take a moment to check out the following prices in our shoe department. You'll notice that we sell the same brands of shoes that Tom Peterson used to sell at his shoe store downtown. Only for about 20% less. Perhaps you miss Tom and his easygoing nature and attentive service. He's now living in his parents' basement, spending his unemployment checks on cheap booze and cigarettes. Stop by and say hello. Our shoes are sold by Trevor, a moody teenager with a bad attitude and a facial tic. He doesn't know a shoehorn from his asshole. Most days he's high from huffing spray paint out by the loading docks. But people don't care. His shoes are cheap. Next to the shoe department, you'll find a lot of great bargains on casual clothing in our women's wear department. A few years ago, we sold a t-shirt that said, "One day a woman will be president of the United States." Well, corporate decided that that sentiment was not exactly in line with the traditional Christian all-American values of Walmart. So we no longer sell that t-shirt. However, we do sell a wide variety of vacuum cleaners and pots and pans. You see, if you give women a sense of power, the next thing you know, they'll want to get paid the same as a man for doing a man's work. Like cashiering. Perhaps you heard about a bunch of these liberal women that are suing Walmart because we paid them a lot less money than a man for doing the same work. I'm afraid they'll lose. We have a lot of lawyers. They're from New York and really smart. You don't fuck with Walmart like that. If you haven't already done so, please give a kind hello to our store greeter, Floyd. Floyd's in his 70s and he's a little slow on the take. But he gives this $300 billion multinational conglomerate warm, down-home face. Floyd fought for this country in both World War II and Korea, unfortunately killing many men whose offspring could have made literally millions of watches and radios. After the service, Floyd worked a variety of manual labor jobs for decades, just trying to make ends meet. He didn't have a pension or health insurance when he tried to retire, so now he winds out his few remaining days here, earning $5.94 an hour, making it uncomfortable with the few strangers that don't ignore him. The teenage associates like Trevor like to make fun of Floyd and play jokes at him in the break room. Please don't laugh if you see this. It's not funny. Floyd is a proud American and a war hero. Okay, sometimes it's funny. But we like Floyd. That's why we let him keep his benefits. Unlike many of his colleagues who are now temp workers and contractors. These folks work the same jobs and hours as our permanent employees, only we don't have to pay for stuff like their health care. We like that. That stuff gets expensive. For the lucky employees like Floyd, for whom we've been nice enough to extend health care benefits, we've gone to the trouble of re-engineering their positions so they can be more active and healthy in their day-to-day work. This way we allow these employees to get some much-needed exercise while on the job so they can get in really good shape and never even have to use our fabulous healthcare benefits. It's really win-win. However, a lot of folks actually started complaining when we started doing some of this stuff. But then they realized we've got Mexicans lined up from here to Guadalajara waiting in line to take their place if they don't like it. They don't complain much anymore. In fact, a few months ago, a group of smart associates at one of our stores in Canada decided they didn't like these little rules we play by. So they formed a union. So we closed their store. So now they don't have a job anymore. But you see, we need to keep wages down, as well as the cost of the stuff we buy, in order to give you what you want, which is really cheap products. We also need to do this stuff in order to give us what we want, which is a really obscene amount of money. But you see, we're just a corporation. That's what we're supposed to try to do, make money. We're just playing by the rules. We're simply maximizing shareholder value, which is really our only goal. We realize this is sort of a tricky term for the average Walmart shopper. It's okay if you don't know what maximizing shareholder value means. We like it that way. In fact, we like you to be as dumb as humanly possible. It's just less of a hassle on our end. So, we try to reward dumb, simple-minded behavior, like blind, unyielding loyalty toward America. You see, as long as we can get folks to associate Walmart with patriotism and family values, we can do pretty much whatever the hell we want to. Because Walmart is just a slice of America. And if you don't like Walmart, well, then you don't like America. So, this is just a little game we play. It helps that the president is a simple-minded moron who's playing the same game with folks. Truth is, although we don't really give a rat's ass about the flag or family values or any of that other crap, we do believe in what America values above all else: cold, hard cash money. You see, with a lot of money, you can buy a lot of lobbyists. With a lot of lobbyists, you can buy pretty much whatever you want to, because the people that make these rules need these lobbyists in order to get reelected and stay in power. Now, what this means is, in a few years, there's only going to be like 2 real retailers in the entire world. Walmart and some other company we'll probably buy. Now, unfortunately, a lot of small store owners and low-level employees and yellow-skinned kids are going to get fucked along the way. But we'll be smiling while we do the fucking, because we're friendly people.